The 48 Blitz Tailgate Tour is sponsored by Citywide Auto Rentals and Sales.
Yeah, we're getting ready for a big matchup here in Morgan County, Decatur, the city that hosts not only one but two high school football programs less than 10 miles apart. Alongside my teammate Kaylee Tinglestad, I'm Carl Prather. Kaylee, this is an exciting time for our 48 Tailgate Digital Show. We have our forecaster Jada Russell here. We have Tennessee Valley Living's Peyton Walker here as well. But fans will be able to kind of get inside this stadium shortly, but it's going to be an exciting time here as Austin Decatur battle here in Oval Stadium.
Yeah, it's exciting seeing the players starting to come in, starting to warm up, the anticipation's starting to build. Yeah. It's always exciting when you get some of the action here ahead of the game on a Friday night.
Absolutely. So both of these two programs are aiming for their first win of the year. Of course, it adds to the fact that you can have bragging rights for another season heading into 2026. But first things first is just trying to take care of business tonight for the Black Bears or the Red Raiders. So Kaylee, you had an opportunity to head out to practice earlier this week. You visited both programs respectively as they get ready for this big matchup.
Yeah, you talked about the proximity of these two. Made it for a quick trip between the two schools to talk to both coaches ahead of the matchup and kind of their expectations for Friday night. So let's take a look. Friday marks the 63rd meeting between Austin and Decatur, a series led by the Red Raiders, but over the last decade, the Black Bears have been fighting to even the score of the River City rivalry. Week 1 of the 2025 high school football season is huge in the city of Decatur, as two powerhouses battled out for the ultimate trophy, bragging rights.
I don't want to say it's our turn because that's not how sports works, but hopefully we turn this thing back in our favor.
Under head coach Jeremy Perkins, Austin has won 7 of the last 11 meetings. While Perkins has an impressive record against the Black Bears' crosstown rival, he says the past has zero impact on the upcoming season.
Each game each year is a different game. It's different players, different situation, different scenarios, so we've got to prepare each one.
With just 7 miles separating these two programs, you can expect some overlap.
Even though it's a rivalry game, it's a community game more than that. Being in the same city, these guys are friends, these parents are friends, and so I think it just intensifies it that much more.
Yeah, I think that's the big deal here, just because you have so many family members, and you probably have a husband that went to Decatur, you probably have a wife that went to Austin, and cousins and family members across the board. But a great package, great story there as both of these two teams get ready for this big matchup.
Yeah, and week 1 too. What a way to start off the official season with a rivalry like this.
Yeah, and for those that are new or familiar with high school football within the state of Alabama, so this is a non-region game. So the first 2 weeks of the season, week 0, week 1, these are just games that don't count toward you potentially making the postseason of the playoffs. Nonetheless, Austin, a Class 7A team, Decatur, a Class 6A team, you still want to win this game, especially when you're trying to get your first win of the year after both of these two teams fell in their initial game in week 0. Okay, so here at Oval Stadium, it's a historic venue. One of the older stadiums in North Alabama, Kaylee, that people have grown accustomed to love here. Unique, kind of has some new flavor to it with a new field turf, but you can still see that nostalgia with this stadium. And for a number of coaches that are legendary here within this program, they have a wall of coaches. And those wall of coaches are coaches that were able to retire or had some huge accomplishments here for Decatur. Let's take you to some video that we got earlier this afternoon. And yeah, it's really cool, Kaylee, because Ogle Stadium is named after one of the coaches, Shorty Ogle, who coached here in the 1930s. And you had an opportunity to meet one of your first few days here with our team, Jerry Adcock. His plaque is on the wall as well. And Coach Adcock coached here for over 20 years before retiring. Kind of got that itch again. And now is the coach trying to start a young program at Whitesburg Christian Academy.
It's always so cool seeing these coaches and, their history and knowing all of that and learning all about that. So it's awesome to see that on display.
It is. So just to go to show you just how long coaches stay and when in the process of staying here, they've only had 7 coaches here since 1930.
Gosh.
Yes, 7. So it goes to show you just how impressive and talented those coaches are. And of course, it's all about the wins for them as well. So super cool to be able to see the Wall of Champions here at Oval Stadium. Really cool venue there as you enter into this stadium. Well, of course, we have some of our teammates here as well. We mentioned earlier in our show, none other than forecaster Jada Russell and Tennessee Valley Living's Peyton Walker. We're going to check in with Peyton. Peyton, what you got going on here inside Ogle Stadium?
You mentioned it earlier. Ogle Stadium is historic, right? And I feel like you step on this turf, this green turf that I'm on, you just smell it in the air, right? You smell greatness. There is a feeling of just knowing I am surrounded by talented athletes right now. I actually had to ask, can I get on the field? And they said, by all means. And then I said, can I hold a football? And they said, of course. Just put it back where you found it. So, yeah, I'm a little intimidated, but, you know, I feel like in the chance that they did need a second-string quarterback for tonight, I think I could step in. Might be a little bit more of a tight end. I think I got the shoulders. You know, I'm standing 5'11" and weighing about 130. So, yeah, I think I could be pretty strong for it, but we're having a fun time nonetheless. Got the old pigskin here, as they say. You know, I'm not really used to this. This is not my world. I feel more comfortable kind of holding it like this, you know. But all that to be said, really excited. We're going to see how I do maybe a little bit later on in the show. You mentioned forecaster Jader is likewise here. We might throw it around, toss around the old pigskin on the gridiron right here at the 50-yard line. Oh, that was a good pass. You didn't see that, but you might see a good pass right here. I'm going to see if I can. We're gonna see. Do I have time? I've got time. Okay, let's. All right. I hope we got that. Thank you so much. I might find the cheerleaders a little bit later, and that might be more my speed. But all to be said, we're having so much fun out here. Clearly, I'm going to toss it on back to AJ. AJ, how are things doing back in the studio?
All right, Peyton Walker, QB1 right there. It's AJ Wiest here. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get you back out to Decatur momentarily, but before we do that, we're going to look at some of the other games happening here in North Alabama, and let's pull it up real quick. You already saw Austin taking on Decatur in a little city rivalry right there, but we also have West Morgan, the Rebels. They are taking on Brooks. Should be an exciting game tonight. We also have the Mustangs of Madison Academy. They are taking on Randolph, the Raiders, tonight. And we also have Plainview. They are making the trek over to Huntsville to take on Westminster Christian. The Golden Eagles, they're flying out to Buckhorn, a battle with the Bucks there. And then once again, the battle of the Wildcats, Fort Payne taking on Gunnersville. You all stay tuned to our website tonight, and of course we'll have all the latest scores coming up, but we are going to toss the ball back over to Decatur. You all enjoy.
Hey, thanks so much, AJ. A lot of really good games for week one, right? We will have you completely covered for our 48 Blitz show coming up later tonight at 10. We still got a lot more here for our 48 Tailgate Digital show inside historic Ogle Stadium. Kaylee Tinglestad, Carl Prather, Tennessee Valley Living's Peyton Walker. We just heard from her. She threw a dart across the football field there. Man, if you didn't know anybody, thought it was Patrick Mahomes out there. You didn't know. We're going to check in with our forecaster, Jada Russell. Listen, Jada and Kaylee had been laughing at me last week because it looked like I took like 7 showers out here because it was so hot and I was sweating all over the place. Today, and for our contest, a little different, cooler. The humidity's down a little bit. But Jada, listen, my forehead thanks you for not increasing this humidity and this heat. But it looks like we're going to have a really good night for some high school football.
Absolutely, Carl. It's going to be a wonderful night. It's already a bit more of a breeze than we saw last week. Last week was just brutal, bearing down heat, constant heat. So the expectation for this Friday and then going into this weekend, it's a much cooler scene for us. We're going to see some better conditions with that humidity on the lower end of the 50s for that dew point. But our temperatures are going to stick in those mid and upper 80s for most of our weekend ahead, including tonight. It's a great night to be out. The skies are pretty clear. We're seeing some cloud cover moving in as we get closer to kickoff, but it is still a good deal of breeze, and a lot of folks are still already out here filling up the stands, coming out to support the Red Raiders and the Bears, making sure that they are beating the heat as best as possible. But it's a little cooler. We're still going to stick on those upper 80s, of course. For folks that may not be tuning into tonight's game, it'll be nice and breezy across the valley. Lots of us will still deal with that heat for the next couple of days, but as we get into your Labor Day forecast, it starts to get a little cooler as we start to get closer to the back half of the weekend. But tonight, you still have plenty of time to come out, enjoy some football, enjoy our tailgate. And with that, I'll send it back to you, Carl.
Boys here date girls over there date guys over here. They go to church together. We got some that are in Bible studies together. And it's a community thing that you want to get after each other's rear ends and you want to win.
You know what? He's one of the best people that you could ever meet. Kaylee Tinglestad met none other than Jerry Adcock, former Decatur head coach. He's on the wall of coaches there as a retiree here within this program, but now over at Whitesburg Christian Academy. He just kind of summed up what this rivalry is. And it's super cool to hear that from him, because anyone that is from this area lets everyone know that, hey, that the lines are crossed. Family members are on both sides of this thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a shared sentiment talking to coaches this week. It was all about, this is a shared community, the proximity of these schools. I mean, there's a lot of overlap here, and it's a big deal when it comes to Friday night when these two teams face off.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to just touch base really quick. Just your initial reactions once you were able to go to each respective school, just to hear from respective coaches, John Ritter for Decatur, Jeremy Perkins for Austin. Very friendly, very respectful amongst each other, but of course they want to win this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, both coming off losses last week. Getting a win tonight is huge. Getting a win in this rivalry is huge. We talked about how Austin's kind of had this one for the last couple of years, but Decatur is leading the series between these two teams. I mean, this will be the 63rd time these two teams will play. That's a number.
That's a monster number, and a lot of memories and victories for each team. So we're excited for tonight. Kickoff coming up tonight at 7. We're going to toss it over to two of our other teammates here for our 48 Tailgate Tour tonight. And it's none other than forecaster Jada Russell and Tennessee Valley Living's Peyton Walker. Hey, ladies, been having a good time out here. Fans are about to file in here at the top of the hour as they get ready for this contest.
Carl, they are about to file in to see the two of us.
Yep.
We're about to make gridiron history.
History, indeed.
Yeah,
Herstory,
right,
if you will.
Yep, out here on the turf. We probably got to make this quick because I think the players are getting
Oh,
pretty
yeah. Our
So,
teammates are actually warming up at the moment, so let's give
they
them some
wanted us
space.
to make this play to give them some inspiration.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if I can pass it to Jada. Jada,
Okay.
you go long.
Okay.
I think that's how they say
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, not too long.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, like 12 yards.
Like
That's
here-ish.
All right.
Let's go.
We practiced this once. It didn't go well.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I can't really throw it. Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Yep. There you go.
Spiral.
There we go. Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah, so we're going to... Who do we talk
Yeah.
to? Carl, I think? Yeah. Carl, what do you think of that?
Yeah. You'll see us next year.
I'm not mad at it. I told you so. That was Patrick Mahomes. Who's the best receiver in football right now? Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase. They were fantastic out there.
Yeah, we talked about this historic field. Well,
History.
more history. More history right there. With the stolen football.
Here's what you all don't know. They stole the football from the team working out there. So there's that. Listen, we're going to have you prepared because we got our 48 Blitz show coming up later tonight at 10. We're going to run out of the tunnel. Tons of games, scores, highlights, sights, and sounds. And of course, Kaylee will be here for our 48 Blitz game of the week as Austin gets ready to face crosstown rival Decatur. That'll be all coming up tonight at 10. And with that, we're going to say see ya. But don't forget, coming up tonight at 6, we will have you prepared one final preview of this big matchup here. The River City rivalry about to get underway. For Kaylee Tinglestad, I'm Carl Prather. We'll see you back here at 6, and we'll see you coming up tonight on 48 Blitz at 10. Good night, everyone.